Good morning, students. This is Manju Lamba here. Today we are here to do the next poem from your chapter, from your book, that is First Flight. This is How to Tell Wild Animals. This is with chapter 3, poem 3. Okay, written by Caroline Wells. This poem tells about the distinctive features to identify the animals, wild animals, different wild animals. 7 animals are being taken here and they are being described. Different features are told in a humorous way, in a funny way, so that readers just smile over while reading. So in a humorous way, a description of different animals. Let's see how the poet is describing these wild animals. First paragraph: if ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it's the Asian lion. Okay, so here the poet is talking about, you can see he's talking about Asian lion. So how will identify this animal? So according to him, whenever you get a chance to go to jungles in the east, and there you should in advance a large, if you see there, in by luck, if you are able to see this large tawny beast. Tawny here refers to orange brown and or yellowish brown colors of this lion he is talking about, tawny. Okay, if he roars at you, you are dying. So here poet is saying, if you see this beast, this animal, this dangerous animal lion anywhere by chance in the jungles, and if he roars at you, he roars loudly if you, and you feel like now you will be killed. Okay, so that fear when occurs in the mind, that tells that you are facing an Asian lion. So this is the quality he's saying, the loud roar of even the lion that will afraid you, and you will feel like now you will be dying after hearing that. This is about the Asian lion. Then he talks about, oh, if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tigers to discern. First, let me tell you line wise. Okay, or if someone when roaming around, or by chance if you come in front of such animal, if you're roaming around somewhere and you come, noble is a royal personality. Here royal personality of wild beast he is talking about. If you feel roaming somewhere and you are faced by a royal beast somewhere, with which type of beast is that, which type of animal is that, it is with black stripes on yellow ground here refer to the background, and because he is talking here about the Bengal tiger, and this Bengal tiger, he is having the background is this color, yellow colored, and the strips over his body are of black colored. So with this physical feature only you can identify that this is a Bengal tiger you are facing with. And just notice if he eats you. Now if he eats you, it will not roar, just roar at you. Just know if it is ready to eat you, and this simple rule may help you learn. If it is ready in front of you, no doubt it is going to eat you. Then you will understand, oh, this is a Bengal tiger. So now this is this concern here, discern, sorry, make out is to identify. So now you will identify when you are going to be in the mouth or eaten by this Bengal tiger, you will at once understand this is the tiger. Okay, so now he talks about Bengal tiger. The next animals he talk about, if strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard, and will do no good to roar with pain. He will only lap and lap again. So now here again he is talking another animal, that is again it's a Leopard he's talking about, another wild animal, leopard. So now what he's talking about is that if you are again going somewhere, walking somewhere, strolling is walking forward somewhere, forward, moving forward, and a beast you view, you see such an animal, such a wild animal whose hide here refers to skin, animal skin, skin with spots is peppered is covered with spots. If you can see this body of this leopard, it's covered with these spots. The spots are there. So he's talking about that if you see such an animal whose body is covered with these spots, has lot of spots are there on his body. So as soon as he has lapped on you, you will know it's a leopard. So when it will not give you a chance, and it will lapped here is it will jump over you. Suddenly when you get a lap, when a jump over you, you get of such animal who is having dots on his bodies, you will understand, oh, this is a leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain. He will only lap and lap again. Lap, this lap word, if you can see, this is called this is the misspelt of leap word, leap, lap. Okay, so this is again jumping. So it will not give you a chance, and another chance will not get, and you will not even get a single minute to get to shout in pain, to get shout, because it will not give you a chance to shout, even to protect you, and it will be very quick enough to attack over you. Then you will understand it's a leopard. Okay, so now this is about the leopard he's talking. Next animal he talks about, if when you are walking around your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, be sure it's a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. Now, which animal now here he is talking about? This is a bear. He's talking about the wild bear. So now what he's talking about here? First see the meanings. Here you can see this word caress. Caress means something gentle, gentle touch. Okay, gentle touch. If when you are walking around your barn and you meet a creature there, and by chance if you are moving somewhere, your yard, your actually this is just a fun yard. Here he is not the yard of house. Is this yard he is talking of the jungle. If you are moving, if you feel like jungle is your home and you are moving freely there, and you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, who hugs you just like human beings, if it hugs you, and be sure it's no other animal, it's a bear, it is hugging you. If you have any doubt, I guess he will give you just one more caress, one more hugging, one more touch, loving touch. Now he's saying, if still you are in doubt that who is hugging you, it's a human being or animal or what else, which animal, so again it will hug you and it will make you understand, see, I'm a bear. So this is another identification of another animal. Now next slide we can see, this is another animal we are talking here. We are talking about, poet is talking about two animals, wild animals. Though to distinguish beast of prey otherwise might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena, thus hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep they are the crocodiles. Now two animals he is saying, if you are confused between two animals, he is saying you have to know which those animals, because they, when they open their mouth with a big jaw, with showing their teeth and attacking over you, you may be confused. Now he is saying, so how will you identify at that moment? Though to distinguish beast of prey a novice might nonplus. A novice here is someone, person who is new to some job, some thing, so he doesn't know much about that thing. So he may get nonplus, he may get be puzzled. Okay, be puzzled. So he may be puzzled at that moment when he see the crocodile you always may tell from the hyenas. Crocodile, hyenas, they may not be able to, if they are attacking over with the jaw opened in front of you, at that moment you may be confused, but don't worry, just see how will you identify then. Hyenas come with merry smiles. The hyenas, they have a merry smile, they happily will come with a smile towards you. But the crocodiles, what, how will you distinguish the crocodile? Crocodiles, they will weep, they will cry aloud at that moment. They will not smile at you. So this way you have to identify. This is a actually this is everything humorous way, because animals will not wait for you to identify them and you to give a smile, and you just don't get a chance at that moment. But this is just a funny way, a humorous way, a dangerous situation he is describing, that how you have to, when you are being attacked over, you are moving freely in the jungle without any sort of fear, and any animal attack over you, the moment you identify that you are being killed by this animal. So just in a funny way he is describing the things. Otherwise no one will try to identify the animals when you are in a fear of death. No one is going to try to identify, but because he wants to create a fun here, so he's telling like that. Now, next slide is the true chameleon is small. Now this is about a chameleon, another animal he is talking about. Small. If you can see, this animal is being talked about, chameleon. It looks like another lizard, a lizard like animal. This is insect, this is, and this lizard sort of thing. It looks like a lizard, and he hasn't any ears at all. There is no ear, and not a single wing also. No feather is there, no ear are there. If there is nothing on the tree, it's the chameleon you see. And he's saying, if you see somewhere, if you feel, if you are in doubt that on the tree there is nothing, no my dear friends, it's the chameleon always you is there, though you are not able to see. So why the poet is saying this? Because you can see this chameleon, it changes colors. Okay, it changes color, and it can change the color even now without letting you know that it's sitting there. If he's sitting on a green branch, green within the green leaves somewhere, so what it will do, it will change its color into green color. And if this is a brown stem, anywhere he's sitting on a brown branch, it will change its color into brown. So that's why he's saying, poet is saying, that you won't be able to see this animal sitting on the branch. Okay, so this is the poem. And before we quit over the poem, let me tell you quickly the poetic devices being used here, so that whenever poetic devices are being asked to you, you can answer these. So first of all, the first poetic device, before poetic device, I'm telling you how to identify the rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme, as I told you in earlier poems also, a rhyme scheme is seen by the last words. If last words of any every line, if they are matching, or if their rhyme is matching with another one second line or third line, so you have to give the rhyme scheme, name of the rhyme scheme, the pattern of the rhyme scheme you have to identify accordingly. Like if you can see, chance, advance, chance and east, no match. So chance we give a pattern, east we give B, advance is matching with chance, so we give this also A, beast, east are matching, so this is B, dying and lion, so there no match, so these are different, and even no match with other words in other lines, so we are giving this CC. So all the paragraphs in this poem, same rhyming scheme is there, A, B, C, C. So this is the rhyme scheme of all paragraphs, okay, in the poem. So this is about poetic device. Now rhyme scheme, sorry. Now we come to the poetic devices used here. First, let me tell, the first one used here is enjambment. Enjambment, as I told you, enjambment is wait a minute please. Okay, so we were talking about enjambment. First I was telling you about the poetic devices. So first one here used is enjambment. Let me tell you, if you remember, this is enjambment. You have done in previous poems also. Enjambment is when one line is continuing in another also, without any pause, without any comma. You can see, should go by chance to jungle. So one line, first line is continuing in the second line also. Same is the third line is continuing in the fourth line also. There should you in advance a large tawny beast. So this third line is continuing in the fourth line also. This is called enjambment, when one line is continuing without any pause, without comma in two consecutive lines. So this is first poetic device used here. The next one here is assonance. Assonance in the same, you can see when what is assonance. Let me tell you assonance first. Assonance, if you remember, I told you assonance is when a vowel sound is repeated. Sorry, just wait. Let me tell you again. Assonance. Assonance is when vowel sound is repeated. Okay, like you have to one vowel sound is repeated in two words or three words simultaneously in one sentence only. Okay, like you can see the first line, should go. O sound is repeated here. Okay, so this is called assonance. So a number of times this same sound is repeated in different sentences. Here you can see another one. You can see vowel, the last second line, u another, o again is, and roars also, o is repeated here. So when o sound is prominent here, o sound is repeated, this is called assonance. Okay, so next paragraph we see now. What is the paragraph used in the next slide? If someone you can see the second one here. First poetic device used is here alliteration. Alliteration, if you remember, what was alliteration? Alliteration is when two or three letters in the same line are continued with same letters, same sound. Like you can see first line, roaming.